What is up, Shark Army? It's your boy Sharky and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be giving you a complete beginner guide for Stardew Valley 1.4. This is going to help people master your first year if you are new or a novice player to the game, and I'm going to be showing you the best way to get started in the game in the first year. So I have made a beginner guide before, but this was like 3 years ago, and obviously the game has been updated many times since then, so this is going to be a new updated version of a beginner guide because I know there's still a lot of new players playing this game, and hopefully this guide will help a lot of the novice players. So let's get straight into one of the first things I recommend you to do when you start a brand new game, and that is as easy as going into the options. Before you even start playing, check the options and select a few things that I think would help you have a more better, easier time in the game. First one being the show hit marker tool. If you select this option, you will always see whereabouts you are hitting on the ground, or what rock you are breaking, what crop you are watering. This is so much easier at the start of the game, so you don't accidentally destroy any crops or any items that are valuable and you are wanting to keep. There is also an option called the zoom button. Ticking this box will give you the option to zoom in and out whilst in the game rather than going into your options. You will get a little plus and minus icon. If you click these, you can change how zoomed out or in you are in the game. Now once you've gone into the options, you're ready to play, make sure you check the TV and do this daily as well. You will get a weather channel to find out what the weather is the following day. This is useful for planning ahead if you want to upgrade tools or use a day of rain rather than farming to go and do something more productive. There will also be a channel called the Fortune Teller. She will give you your daily luck every single day. Stardew Valley is heavily impacted by luck. The higher and the more luck you have, the easier time you get in Stardew Valley. The more items you can find and get your hands on, it's just you get a better time with the higher luck. You'll also get some tips if you want to read these to help you around during your different seasons. And lastly, every Sunday there will be a cooking channel where you can get a cooking recipe for eventually when you upgrade your house to get the kitchen, you can start cooking, but you need the recipes first. And you will get one every week on the cooking channel. Now you've left the house, you're out on your farm, make sure you do clear up some of your farm and try and gather 50 wood straight away. You can do this just by knocking a few trees down, and once you've got 50 wood, make sure you craft your first storage chest. This is going to be handy because you do not have a very big inventory and it will soon get filled out, especially with your tools you are holding. So get yourself a chest and keep all your resources in there whilst you can hold your tools and go and do other things around the farm. Siphoning all the weeds on the farm is a very good thing to do. I always make sure to clear the weeds first because there is a chance to get mixed seeds from siphoning the weeds. Mixed seeds are great because it is a free crop. You'll get a random seed, and depending on the season, this will give you a crop when planted, and it's free profit because you did not pay for it. Obviously, the higher luck, the more chance of mixed seeds you will get. You can also go around town and you will find some grass down in the forest, up in the mountains, and you'll be able to get yourself some mixed seeds around the town too. But when clearing your farm and all the weeds, make sure to keep the grass. When you scythe grass, if you have a silo, this will give you animal food or hay or fodder, but you will only get this if you have a silo built. Keep all of the grass and save it and then build a silo. Once the silo is built, you can get all of the grass and you'll be able to stock up some animal food. And make sure you build the silo before the chicken coop as well, because animals need food, and this is going to cost a lot of money from Marnie's shop. But using your grass and siphoning it with a silo, you're going to be able to get free food all year round. One thing I recommend to do as well is the first 15 parsnip seeds that you get, I would go and sell them straight away at Pierre's. Don't even plant or harvest them, and just buy potato seeds instead. The most expensive crops do generate more profit, and parsnips are the worst for this. I mean, you don't have to buy better seeds, you can plant the parsnips, but I always buy potatoes because there is a high chance of getting a double yield of potatoes per crop. You will be getting more profit this way, giving you more money to buy even more seeds. And make sure to plant seeds close to a water source, either near the ponds on your farm or near a well that you can build. This is going to save you a lot of time watering the crops because your watering can is not very good at the start and you're going to be constantly filling it with water. Once you've harvested your first lot of potatoes or whatever crop you have planted, make sure to craft the scarecrow. When you get to farming level 1, you'll get the recipe for this, and this is going to keep your plants and crops safe from the nasty crows. And you don't want to lose any at the start of this game because you are losing valuable money. So get that scarecrow planted right away. The regular scarecrow has an 8x8 radius. It is not the biggest protection, but it will do at the beginning of the game. Another thing to think about is fertilizer. You will get a recipe for basic fertilizer which only uses sap to craft. This will give you better quality seeds and it is free. You will get sap by chopping down trees, you will get big amounts of it, and turning all of this into basic fertilizer is a great way to higher your profit of your crops. Try and not buy your fertilizer from Pierre, always craft it yourself to double the profit. You can mix the fertilizer into a tilled soil, or you can put it on top of the first stage of the crops, but once the crop gets to the second stage you can no longer put fertilizer on it, so make sure you always put the fertilizer down first before you put the crops into the ground. The basic fertilizer will only give you a few silver and gold qualities, but it is better than not using it at all. You can sell your produce either in the shipping bin or directly to the shops. If you want instant cash rather than waiting the next day for your money, you can sell your produce to Pierre. Any fruit, vegetables, forage goods, Pierre will buy them from you instantly and you will get the same amount of money that you would in a shipping bin. You can also sell any fish or fishing produce to Willie down in his shop, or any mining stuff such as bars, ores, gems, minerals to Clint. This is a great way to get instant cash if you are wanting to buy something for that specific day. You won't need to wait the next day for your money. Try and save up enough money to get your first bag upgrade. The first backpack, which is the large one, which will give you another 12 slots, will cost 2,000 gold. This is going to be super handy in the first year of your game. The more inventory, the better time you will have in Pelican Town. Especially if you are mining and fishing for long durations of the day, you will notice your original backpack fills up way too fast. You'll be constantly dropping items on the floor or trashing things to make space. This gets frustrating, so get 2,000 gold and get that backpack right away. Also save up an extra 1,800 to upgrade your fishing rod to the fiberglass rod. This allows you to add bait to your rod, meaning fishing is going to be so much better. The fish will bite much quickly. Fishing is a little bit more easier as well, because at the start fishing is quite difficult and it takes a while to get used to, but it does get better the longer you play the game, and much more easier. Pierre's shop closes every Wednesday. If you get to a Wednesday and you find that you need some seeds, you can buy them from Joja's, but you will be paying more money for them. Apart from sunflowers. Sunflower is the only seed that is cheaper at Joja's than it is in Pierre's. Joja's prices are high, but he opens every single day. He is never closed, so if you do need your seeds, you can always go there, but Pierre's is obviously a lot cheaper. Make sure to keep a stock of every item you find. If it's foraging, if it's any fruit or vegetables, just keep 1 or 2 stored away in a chest, because you never know when you need something. You need a lot of items for the commune center and the bundles. You need things for gifts for the NPCs. You'll need them to upgrade things or buy things or build things or craft things. You're going to use so much items in the game, and it's going to be frustrating if there's an item that you need and you have to wait all year for the next season to get it, because some items can only be found in certain seasons. So just store a few things away. Speaking of commune center, make sure you focus on the bundles right away. You will need stuff for spring, summer, fall and winter, and if you do miss anything in that season, you're going to have to wait a full year to do that bundle again. And the bundles are going to be very handy because you will unlock things such as the greenhouse and the bus repair and the minecarts, making your time in Stardew Valley much more easier and convenient. So get that commune center done as quickly as possible, unless of course you're going to sell yourself to Joja, but I'm sure you're all not that low, right? Whilst adventuring around Pelican Town, make sure you always have your hoe or your scythe in your inventory. The hoe is very handy for digging up artifact worms. You will see these wriggling out of the ground, and using your hoe on these, you will find things such as books, artifacts, resources, and many other items. Try and dig up any that you find along your tracks. Having your scythe in your inventory is also useful because this is a tool that doesn't use any stamina whilst using it. You can swing this bad boy as many times as you want and you will never lose a hint of stamina, unlike the axe or the pickaxe or any other tool. Meaning if you are very low on energy, very close to exhaustion, having this tool selected is a safe haven just in case you accidentally click the mouse and use a tool which uses a stamina. I have been in this predicament many times before. Whilst digging up worms or in the mines, if ever you find an ancient seed, do not sell it. This is a rare item, and if you donate it to the museum, you will get a recipe and a pack of ancient seeds. This is going to be very useful to earn big amounts of money. I know many players get this artifact and they don't donate it, they'll just sell it straight away thinking it's worth a lot of money because it has ancient in the name. But just give it to Gunfer down at the museum and you will thank me later. Foraging is a great way to pass the days by, especially if it is raining. You will get good XP from foraging and you'll get some very useful crafting items from getting the foraging skill up. There are many benefits from foraging. For example, going down to the spring onion area in the forest. Spring onions are a great food source. They do not sell for much money, but having them to eat and refill your energy and health is important. These are great little snacks, and food is going to be very important in the game. You can also forage for salmon berries and blackberries depending on the season, but these are all great things to eat. Also, chopping down trees will gain foraging skill. Chopping trees is classed as foraging, so make sure you stock up on that wood and see that skill rise. You can also go to the beach and build the bridge to get extra forageable goods on the beach. This is going to improve your profit because you will find special items such as coral and sea urchins, and this is a great boost in your first year of Stardew Valley. You're going to need 300 wood to get across, but chopping down the trees is very easy to do. You can get the skill, you can get lots of forage goods and get the bridge built all in one. It's a win-win. When chopping down trees though, make sure you keep the seeds that they drop. You'll get pine seeds, maple seeds and acorns. One of each of these you can craft a field snack, which is a great source of food also. Unless you are wanting to plant the seeds into the ground to make more trees, there is no other use for these other than crafting them to get the snack, and they are very useful. They will give you more energy than the spring onions and any other forage item out there, and they're very easy to make. When you're going mining, make sure you always take some food with you. You're going to waste a lot of energy by breaking them rocks, finding them ladders and killing the enemies. You'll also use a lot of health. If you've got no food on you, you're going to be having a tough time in there. You may even die and lose lots of money and valuable items. Having your spring onions on you or your field snacks, just eating these whilst you're mining, you'll be able to stay down there for a much longer period without dying, and you'll find lots of more resources. Food and luck are very important in Stardew Valley. And like I said as well about the luck, make sure if you have a very good luck day to always head to the mines. Make sure this is your priority. If you've got a good luck day, go to the mines. You will have such a great time down there. You can find diamonds and lots of other valuable gems and minerals. You'll find the ladders much quickly, so you'll be able to get down them floors much more efficiently. You'll find lots of more geodes and special items that you will need. Always go to the mines on a good luck day. If you are struggling in the mines, you can save up some money and buy better swords at the Adventurers Guild. He sells some pretty good swords at a decent price. You're going to want a sword with good speed, good knockback and good attack. You can find a few weapons down in the mines when you get to certain floors, but these aren't going to be great to get you through to the very last floor. Also, make sure you use rings. Rings are equipment that you can equip, which will give you buffs and different benefits depending on the ring you use. You can get rings that give you better attack, better speed, rings that give you a light source, or rings that keep slimes away from you. You can buy these down in the Adventurers Guild also, or you can find them by killing enemies. Make sure you do not stay up past 2 AM. If it gets to 2 AM, your player will pass out and sleep, and depending on where you are, you will get fined for doing this and you will lose some items. Sleeping before 12 PM is also very handy for not losing any stamina the next day, so try and get to sleep as early as you can. You can check the Travelling Merchant Lady every single Friday and Sunday for out of season items, i.e. items that you need for the community centre bundles. If you missed an item in a season, such as a cauliflower in spring, there is a chance the Travel Lady will sell this, so you do not have to wait a full year to get it. Just be aware the prices are quite high, but there are some very handy items in there, such as coffee seeds and the rare seed. If you upgrade your axe to the steel version, you will be able to knock down the wood blocking the Secret Woods area. You want to try and get this done in your first year, preferably by summer. The Secret Woods is a great place to get special items that can only be found in the Secret Woods, such as forage goods, fish, and you get a daily source of hardwood. If you're a player that likes to focus on the NPCs and getting married and building up relationships, make sure you focus on the help wanted requests. These will come every few days, the mayor will repost some new ones, and accepting these and completing them will give you friendship points and of course money by doing so. Very handy in the first year of the game. And make sure you don't miss out on birthdays as well. Always check the calendar for an NPC's birthday. If you give them a special or loved item on that day, you're going to get a lot of hearts and friendship points with that person. Whilst around in the town, make sure you check the bins, especially on good luck days. There is a lot of bins placed around the town outside of people's shops or houses, some new ones being added to the 1.4 as well. There are 8 garbage cans in total. There is one outside of the Stardrop Saloon, and some items you will find in here are based around the saloon, so you will get a lot of food items such as like bread or hot dishes. There is also one outside of George and Evelyn's house, the mayor's. There's another garbage can outside Jodie's house between Haley and Emily. There is one outside of Clint's blacksmith. You'll find a lot of mining items in here such as ores and geodes. There is one outside of the museum too, and there's a new one outside of JojaMart. Garbage cans are affected by daily luck, so if it is a great luck day, you will find a lot more items. Once opening at least 20 garbage cans, there is a 0.2% chance of finding a garbage hat, which is a new addition to the 1.4. Any geode that you find in the mines, make sure to keep them and only process them on a good luck day as well, for a higher chance of better stuff when processing them. Geodes are the main source of finding minerals and gems. Processing these, of course, will find you one randomly depending on what geode it is and on the luck, and you're going to need all the gems and the minerals to donate to the museum, and processing them on a very good luck day gives you a higher chance of finding the more rarer items. Like I said, the luck on this game is very beneficial and very important. So that is it. That is my beginner guide. There are some tips there to get you started in your first year of Stardew Valley in the 1.4 update. Obviously this game has been updated and a lot has changed. There is new ways to play the game, meaning there is new tips that you guys need if you are new to the game. Hopefully some of these are useful. Hopefully you found them informative and interesting. And if you did enjoy and you did find it useful, make sure you hit that like button. I hope that you new players get familiar with the game pretty quick, because once you get past that first year, you'll become addicted and you'll find it much more easier and rewarding. But that is all we've got time for. I'm going to wrap that one up there. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want to see more Stardew Valley content. The 1.5 update is around the corner. I'll be posting lots of new content when it gets dropped, and we'll be going through every single part because it is a huge update. There's going to be lots to show off, lots to explore. I will try and get down to the nitty-gritty of it. But thank you all for watching. Make sure you all stay safe. I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.